Hey there, you guys. This is Jaden here, and okay, so I did a tier list of the four Shrek movies, like possibly a few months ago. So yeah, I did a tier list of the Shrek movies along with the Puss in Boots movie. So I thought that would be a good idea to do a tier list on the four Toy Story movies. Yep, Toy Story, Toy Story, Toy Story. Yeah, I love Toy Story. I grew up with Toy Story. And I grew up watching the series a lot, and yeah, I'm really fond of the Toy Story franchise. I love Toy Story. I'll probably say that this and Shrek are my two favorite kids movies, and yeah, they're definitely among my favorite animated movies of all time. And yeah, I think they're great movies, and I grew up watching them a lot, and yeah, I thought that would be a good idea to do a tier list for them. So yeah, I'll be doing this tier list, but before I do so, please keep in mind that my opinion has changed a lot, so this list might not be permanent. And also, guys, in case if I spoil anything, well, here's a spoiler alert. Okay, so with all that out of the way, let me just get this list started. Okay, so first up was the first Toy Story, going up there in S tier. Yep, right up there in S tier. Okay, yeah, I love the first Toy Story. I love the introduction of Buzz. I love the introduction of Woody and Buzz. I love the rivalry between them in this one. I like the I like the soundtrack in this movie. I like a lot of stuff, but I like a lot of the stuff about this film. It's like, yeah, I think this movie was a really good start for Pixar movies and computer animated movies. Yeah, it was a great start for computer animated movies, and yeah, in my opinion, the animation looks really nice. I mean, sure, some things in the animation might look dated, but it's excusable though, since this was the first computer animated movie ever. But yeah, it's going right up there in S tier. It's a classic masterpiece in my opinion. So much to enjoy from it, and this has what will probably always be my favorite scene in Toy Story history. That gas station scene where Woody and Buzz are stuck at the gas station together, and Woody, yeah, with that classic "You are a toy" line. Yeah, awesome. And Toy Story 2 is going up there in S tier as well. Yeah, love Toy Story 2. Great movie, like how Toy Story 1 is. Great movie like how Toy Story 1 is, maybe funnier than Toy Story 1. I would also say it's more emotional than Toy Story 1 with that backstory of Jesse. And yeah, and Toy Story 3, that's also going up there in S tier. Yeah, I know. I know. This might seem like a pretty fanboyish list, but I love all of the first three Toy Story movies so much. I think they're all great movies. It's hard for me to pick a favorite between the three. And yes, guys, I know when I did that list, I focuses on my 20 of my favorite animated movies, and it was like a one movie per franchise thing. Yeah, I only put the first Toy Story on the list, but to be honest with y'all, I just put the first Toy Story movie on the list out of laziness. Yeah, I honestly can't pick a favorite out of these three movies. I think all three of these movies are so great. And yeah, the third one, in my opinion, had the perfect ending to the franchise. But then, oh my gosh, Toy Story 4. Yep, not giving this one S tier like the other three movies. It's good. It's a good movie, but for Toy Story standard, it is terrible. It is garbage. It is bad. Oh my gosh, it's bad. For Toy Story standard, it's bad. The movie itself is good. What's the stuff I enjoy from the movie? Well, I think the animation's great, especially when they're at the carnival at night and stuff. And, I did really like the flashback at the very beginning explaining why Bo was absent in Toy Story 3. Yeah, and, also, Bunny and Ducky were a pretty funny duo, and the gag of Woody trying to make sure Forky doesn't go in the trash, that was pretty funny, but this movie is, it's not as memorable as the other Toy Story films. There's other things I like about this film, too. I like how this movie gives Bo more focus than it does in any of the other three movies. This movie is, definitely better than the other three movies in terms of that. Yeah, and animation, too, but let's be honest, it's not really fair to compare the animation style from this to the other three movies, since that obviously this one came out way after the other three movies did, so obviously it's going to have the best and the most HD looking animation. So yeah, not really fair to compare these four movies in terms of animation. But yeah, Toy Story 4, it's good. There's a lot of good stuff about it, but for Toy Story standard, it is bad. It's trash. They really should have just cut it off with the third one. The third one had the perfect ending to the series with the toys almost dying from that incinerator thing, and then the aliens come to save them. And yeah, if that wasn't emotional enough, there's also that emotional ending with Andy saying goodbye to his mother and then giving his toys away to Bonnie. Oh my gosh, such an emotional ending. Yeah, Toy Story 4 had a really emotional ending too, with Woody saying goodbye to everyone. Oh my gosh, yeah. I remember how I reacted to that scene watching it in theaters. Yeah, I remember it left me feeling sad. It really did. The ending to Toy Story 4 really did leave me feeling sad because it was the end. It was Woody saying goodbye to his friends. And, like I said before, I grew up with Toy Story. I grew up watching Woody go through all these adventures with Buzz and, and the other Toy Story characters, their other friends, with the other 3 movies and these shorts and specials. I grew up with that. I really enjoyed watching these guys. I really enjoyed watching these guys growing up. It was so sad to see it end right there. But hey, it all had to come to an end at some point, right? After all, like they say, all good things must come to an end. It might be sad, but hey, that's how life works. Yeah, and I'll be honest with you guys, after I saw Toy Story 4, I thought that I actually said that it was better than the third one, but then I very quickly took that back. No, it was nowhere near as good as the third one. No, the third one is great. It's a great threequel. It's the best movie threequel I've ever seen by far, definitely. And, I had the perfect ending to the series. I had such an emotional ending to the series, too. And, yeah, it's way better than Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4 is good, but again, for Toy Story standard, it's bad. It shouldn't have existed. I've made my opinion on Toy Story 4 clear enough on this channel. You guys know how I feel about Toy Story 4. It's good, but does not deserve to be considered a masterpiece, unlike these other 3 movies. That's it, and I don't plan on spoofing the Toy Story 4 movie itself. I'll give it a cast video with that Toy Story series cast video thing, but that's it. I want my Toy Story Jaden Picture style updated version series to end with the 3rd movie, not the 4th movie. Even though it's the less accurate way to end it that way, but whatever. Apparently this tier list won't download, but whatever, forget the download part. But yeah, I do not plan on spoofing the Toy Story 4 movie itself. Maybe I can imagine me going back to rewatch Toy Story 4 at some point in the future to see if I would really change my mind, but yeah, at least as of right now, I just want to give Toy Story 4 a cast video thing and nothing more, and have my Toy Story Jaden Picture style updated version series to end with the 3rd movie. Not the 4th movie. Yep, I've made that clear, and that's about it for the tier list, you guys. Yeah, that's all for the tier list, you guys. That's my Toy Story movie tier list. Yeah, again, the first 3 movies, S tier, all classic masterpieces, but then the 4th movie came into the picture, and it's still good, but not as nearly as good as the other 3 movies. They really should have just ended it with the 3rd one. And I wouldn't be surprised if they made a Toy Story 5. Oh my gosh, but I think there's a strong chance it won't happen because, the 4th one seemed to be like a really conclusional ending to the Toy Story franchise. Yeah, and plus, also I know Pixar is has been working more on making original movies, which is cool, but then they came out with Lightyear and while that movie looks good, it does not look that interesting. No, and it looks pretty unnecessary too. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're making a sequel to that movie. They should have just ended the franchise with the 3rd one. Why didn't they end it with the 3rd one? Oh, no. That's a rhetorical question. No. I do know why they didn't end it with the 3rd one. Because, they know that they can continue to make money from milking out Toy Story. Yep, that's why. Toy Story 4, it's not a real Toy Story movie to me. It's just filler. For me, the franchise ended with the 3rd one. And I'll make sure that my Toy Story Jaden Picture style updated version series will have that same type of ending as well. It'll have the ending that in my opinion, it will have the ending that the Toy Story series should have had. Ending with the 3rd one, not the 4th one. But yeah, guys, that's my tier list. How would you guys rank the Toy Story movies? You guys can rank. If you guys want to, you can tell me in the comment section down below how you guys would rank these Toy Story movies. Whether it be a ranking of these 4 movies from worst to best, or whether it be a tier list thing what I did. And yeah, that's about it for the video, you guys. Bye, everyone, and thank you all for watching this video.